Booster seat safety. Booster seats are intended to make seatbelts fit children better. Seatbelts are designed for adults, not for children. A seatbelt does not properly fit a child until they are 4'9" and between 80 to 100 pounds. I myself, I'm 4'11", if that gives you some perspective of how tall a child should be to still be in a booster seat. 48 states have seatbelt or booster seat requirements. The only 2 states that do not are Florida and South Dakota. Children who only wear seatbelts are at risk of severe injuries, abdominal injuries, spinal and head injuries. Booster seats can reduce the risk of serious injury by 45% compared to seatbelts alone. Motor vehicle injury is the leading cause of injury and death for kids ages 4 to 8, according to the CDC, and 340 children ages 4 to 10 died in motor vehicle crashes in 2012, according to safekids.org. 60% of crashes involving children happen within 10 minutes of their home, so they should always be in a booster seat, even if it's just a quick trip, because even if you're driving cautiously, you don't know the other drivers are and that you're not going to be involved in an accident. This is a simulation of a 6-year-old child in a crash going 35 miles an hour. And you can see how the child's head flew forward almost to her knees, causing spinal injuries. Booster seats are not required in taxi cabs or school buses. I myself find it personally ridiculous that we put children on school buses every single day and they're not restrained at all with a seatbelt or with anything. Even though that school bus accidents are very rare, they do happen. There was a crash that happened in Knoxville, Tennessee in December of 2014 that killed 2 children and 1 adult and injured 23 children when one school bus ran over top of a median and hit another school bus in the side, flipping it over and catching it on fire. The children that were killed in that crash were 6 and 7 years old, which if they were in seatbelts or in a booster seat, their injuries may not have been so severe. Children restraint systems are often used incorrectly. One study found that 72% of nearly 3,500 observed car seat and booster seats were misused in a way that could be expected to increase a child's risk of injury during a crash, according to the Center of Diseases and Control. There are safety inspections that are set up. Most police stations and fire stations have safety programs where you can go and learn how to properly install your car seat or your booster seat, or they will even come out. The firemen will come out and personally install your booster seat or car seat if you don't understand how to do it, to make sure it's properly installed. There's also, there was a car accident in Texas where a drunk driver hit a lady in her car and the car flipped 3 times. When the first responders responded, the baby was still latched in his car seat upside down. He didn't have a scratch on him. He was perfectly fine. The dad had gone to a safety program and learned how to properly install the car seat before the baby was born. So it did save his life, it being properly installed. There are also safety devices that you can buy that are pretty cheap. They're like $20 that go on the seat belt, that when your child is in a booster seat, it keeps them from being able to undo the seat belt on their own, because some children, when they get older, even when you're driving, they undo their seat belt, and even if they're in the booster, if their seat belt isn't latched, it's not helping anything. There's also expiration dates on boosters, same as car seats, which the seat should not be used past the printed date on the seat, which is a safety precaution, showing that the seat, there's probably better safety features that have been designed since the chair was produced. I have 3 children myself that are ages 8, 6, and 7. They are always in the 3rd row or 2nd row of our vehicles in booster seats, because you never know when you're going to be in an accident. And I myself feel that it's better to have them be safe and in a booster seat if we were in an accident.